This is the scariest sounding thing ever. He went around that corner. I was like, whoa, buddy.
Hey everybody, we are here in sunny Florida. We just got back from sick week, and I thought it was really funny that every time I go out in person, everybody goes, wow, you're much taller in person than I thought. I'm telling you, it's camera angle. So anyways, we're here in Florida because we're going to Adam LZ's compound, and we're going to be dyno testing and testing the new Pro Drift Big Block Chevrolet. So let's hit the road and let's get over to the compound. Avoid the ponds. Oh. Well, we are here at the compound. He told us not to get lost when we pulled in. I thought that was funny. I like the little barriers that are all over the place.
To keep guys like us from bouncing off trees and walls.
Yeah, keep everybody out of the ponds.
We got it fired up last night.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I saw the video.
Sounds good. We haven't revved it yet. We've just idled it.
Okay.
Is it LS firing order? Did you check all the pipes? Because all of a sudden it's like, maybe it was a 7.4 swap, not an LS swap. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I mean,
It
if
ain't
they had the
nothing.
wrong firing order, it would be missing pretty bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds happy, so.
Yeah, okay.
Dang.
So we're about to put it on the dyno, but I figured I'd show you everything in here.
Yeah.
Still... I feel like I want to give you a ride in the pro car just so you can have like the idea of like the most extreme version of drifting with like max grip, max power. Yeah.
Right.
This one's fun for like noises, but it doesn't like it's not. Yeah. Like it's like 11-second car, like an 8-second car.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I know that's slow for you, but
Yeah.
It is. Dang. Yeah. Dang. That's really
pretty rad, right? It works perfect.
That is like
This car looks
that's
really
like
cool
perfect.
on pictures on Instagram or whatever, but it's so sick in person. It's awesome, dude.
wow.
There's a lot going on in there.
Right.
We got the individual widebands on there, so we can get a little nerdy on the dyno.
That fits better than I thought.
Yeah.
Does that fit better than you thought?
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it was a little tight. The hardest
Little
thing was
tighter.
just the steering shaft down here.
Mm.
But
What's it doing down below? How are they going in?
oh, wait
How
till
are
you
they
see
merging?
it. Oh, wait till you see it. It's sick. Structurally sound, but it's very flexible, so it bounces back very easily. Yeah, so like carbon is much more rigid and hard. This is more flexible and light.
Mm. Gotcha.
What do you think about all this?
Wow. It's like
Dang.
a piece of art.
No, it's very good.
We have no
So
idea
it's
what
like-
it's going to sound like.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Whatever it sounds like, there's not gonna be anything else that sounds like this.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. You guys do very nice work.
You can shout out Spoon right there.
That's nice.
That's Spoon, and wherever Sean went. Oh, he's right there. That's Sean.
Yeah. Good job, man. That's awesome.
It was a combo effort between Spoon and our buddy Maple Mike, who like started it up there, and he had to go back to Canada. It sounds super high compression, like it's very like there's a lot of.
Well, there is one.
Well, I thought it was only like 12 to 1 or it wasn't anything too crazy, was it?
13.
Okay. I was telling them while you're on the phone, the car's like basically in full race trim. So once we pull it off the dyno, we can go test it.
Did you do we do everything here, or do you go to another place? to go
It's all
test
here. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. You see your whole. I'm looking at everything going. So you must like just clear everybody out,
Yeah.
and then if you can use as like a force here.
A couple of those cars, and then we'll put some barriers up just so like we don't get a delivery in the middle of testing.
Makes good oil pressure and everything.
I don't know. I wasn't here when they started it. I assume so.
I assume this is where you're pulling your engine oil pressure from, or do you have another one?
They what was I gonna say?
Oh,
They primed everything before too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looked good.
This is. I'm really. I thought it was going to be a lot more of a cluster cut, like just packed in, crammed in,
Yeah.
everything. So it's
Laid out
you know,
nice.
yeah. This is nice stuff here. I mean, that's like that's a dash 20 line, isn't it?
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah. So you got. Most people don't do that. That looks very nice.
You saw the whole rear situation with the dry sump and everything. So we actually usually don't put the dry sump tank back here, but we put the fuel cell there, and then we decided we wanted to move the fuel cell. So we're like, we'll not put the dry sump there. So this will all get a false floor. This is obviously needs to get finished, but
Yeah.
it's a bit simpler than a lot of other cars on grid, just in terms of like components and stuff, but works really well.
Mm-hmm.
This is very uncommon to still have a front radiator in a drift car. I think I like a little bit more weight in front and a little bit less in rear.
Okay.
So I've just kind of been running it. But I think I'm the only car on grid that still has a front radiator.
This is the car you just won in?
Mm-hmm. No one could touch us last weekend in this thing.
Right.
It's fast. This one makes, I think, 1150.
Yeah.
And 960 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah. Keep it in boost. Do you have a lot anti-lag in it? Or how do
No, no anti-lag. So we run 150 shot of nitrous. That
Oh, okay.
basically
So it's-
wakes the turbo up.
Yeah.
But there's pretty much virtually no lag. I mean, you'll feel it when we drive.
And that's so the nitrous shot is you have it just in the programming. So
Mhm.
it's just it
So
you a parameter. It just gives us a shot.
once you hit a target boost, it will turn off.
Oh.
But we also sometimes when we need more power, we'll spray it all the way through if we want to use it as a power adder on top of that.
Okay.
You just use way more bottles that way.
Yeah. So the things that can't be changed are
So
to
you
be
can.
legal.
I'm pretty sure you can modify these, but like you can't change any suspension mounting points, and you can't brace this to the firewall. You can't move the shock towers. You can't do any of that.
Oh. Okay.
But you can't clearance this for headers, unfortunately.
Right. I just seen all the stitch welding here. I mean
Yeah.
that's you guys, right?
Yep.
And then so they'll just come in and measure to make sure that these aren't moved, changed, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, most people wouldn't bother moving these. It's really the subframes and like the arm mounting points that people will change just to like take a car that has a bad rear suspension design and give it more anti-squat or give it more side bite. But you're only allowed to move each arm, like I think up to an inch from its like factory location. So it kind of gives you a window to move things, but not too much.
You know, the what I'm really picking up here in the last when you came up to the shop, and then now is that most of the guys on my channel, most of you guys don't understand what's going on here, and I'm telling you, there is a lot more going on than what you think with the chassis. This isn't just spinning tires. Okay.
It's not like
Don't
burnout
be.
competitions. Like
yeah,
we've
it's
been
not
in
like
that stuff
it's not
before.
it's
We've
not a
built
burnout competition. There is a lot of technology that's going on here. This is pretty fascinating.
I mean, I think the coolest thing is when you're in a drift car that makes 1100 horsepower and you experience it fully loaded up where it can't hit rev limiter, that's when you're like, this thing digs. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that thing for a ride and it'll be pulling up the front wheel the entire corner.
Yeah. So when you're talking anti-squat, I never would even imagine you knew what anti-squat was. I thought that was a drag racing deal.
No, it's key, but it's like in drifting, it's kind of a balance because when you put too much anti-squat in the car, what happens is then when you're off throttle, the car's way too loose. So it's a balance of not adding too much because you want to like still have off throttle grip, so that way it doesn't create this effect where you've got a ton when you're on throttle and nothing when you're off.
Okay. It's a process.
Yeah.
Thinking about that. It's just nothing I don't know.
My favorite like suspension design for drifting is the trailing arm, which is why I drive the E36, just because of how it works and how it delivers a grip. Or when you have like the super multi-link cars like this, it's way harder to achieve what you want. The E36 like doesn't squat at all; it just slams the rear tire into the ground. And then when you're off throttle, it's very easy to float and do what you need. For like cars like that, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you don't have a lot of grip on throttle, but then off throttle you have a ton of grip.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
So that's part of the reason on that car we put a lot of weight in the rear because those cars don't have a lot of forward grip. So we put the weight in back to compensate for that. Versus the E36 with the trailing arm, we don't need the weight in the rear.
Interesting.
So we run the front radiator.
Yeah. Very cool.
Check out how light this is. This is kind of what's going on with those panels.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, right?
Yeah. Very Kevlar. Nice. Now, Who molds all this stuff for you?
Stuff, it comes from a company in Latvia called HGK. So they're the ones that make all those body kits and everything.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
This car was at PRI, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
This
seeing this car.
This is the first. Because of this car. It was a couple years ago when I was at PRI show.
Uh-huh.
Didn't even know who you were.
No, that's good.
They did.
We knew,
And I
dude,
go,
that's Adam
and I
Mosey's
made a joke about, oh, what did I say? Because I was sitting by this car. I go, oh, Adam, and it was the first time I ever even said your name was Adam LZ. Do something, blah blah blah. I forgot what it was in one of my videos with this car sitting at the PRI show.
But check this out, because this is somebody,
Adam LZ.
Adam LZ. This car is sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
PRI actually reached out and they want the big block car there. So
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
be like one of their like featured cars.
Yeah.
So we're going to use that as our timeline to probably rebuild the car before PRI and powder coat the chassis and like fit and finish everything really nice.
Yeah.
So it'll be in kind of like rough like spray paint touch-ups for a while of just like get the car really dialed, and then once we're happy with it, we'll take it all back apart, like clean up things. A couple of the things where we bang metal, we'll replate and make look nice.
Right. We kind of go about it the other way around on Drag Race World.
Yeah.
The stuff is made. It never comes back around to do this, to where you take it back apart, finish things. It's always finished right off the bat.
If it's a car that you've built many times, you can do it that way. But if it's something new, like you just end up chasing your heels because then you want to redo it. Like my fuel cell, if I hate where it is, now I'm gonna have to cut up the whole interior and put it there. If I powder coated the car first, I'd be pissed.
Right.
So this was our latest creation.
What engine is this?
SR20.
SR20.
So it's a VVL SR20. So it's essentially they take the front wheel drive head because it flows more air, and it has like a better design to where it doesn't have rocker arms that can fly off. And then they made it to the rear wheel drive block. And then it's sleeves, so it's a little bit bigger displacement.
Sure.
But this is like, I mean, you'll see. I'll give you the tour of the full collection. But this makes like 650 horsepower. So it's decent for a 4-cylinder.
Yeah, what is the displacement on it?
2.2.
2.2? Yeah, that's very good.
This is my first drift car.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't like touched the thing in forever. So she's dated.
Like
Still works
the
good.
first
though.
drift car?
Yeah. This is my first drift car I had. I got this car, I don't even know, maybe like 12, 13 years ago at this point.
Sweet, man. That's always awesome if you can keep your first car.
She's had a couple paint jobs now at this point, but we all have a bunch of these. They're like $1,000. They make like 170 horsepower.
Yeah.
And they drive amazing. You can drive them with no remorse. They just work. They don't overheat. They don't do anything.
Yeah. That's good.
Mostly stock power plant.
Yeah, all stock.
All stock.
You just handbrake, angle kit, bucket seat, weld the diff. I did one of them TikTok paint jobs on her.
Yeah.
Ugly, like not tidy engine bay. So this car I actually got for parts. This wasn't supposed to be a drift car, and I was like, oh, I can fix her. This car was like totaled. Like the strut towers moved like 3 inches. And I got it for parts, but I was like, maybe I can fix it. Yeah. Like I already had an engine in it, so. This car I've driven across the country a couple times now, like doing Drift Week, which is like our version of Drag Week.
Right.
Gone to California and back, and had a bunch of drift events. She's got
When
some
you
miles
guys
on it.
when you guys did Drift Week,
Mm-hmm.
so how did that all? It's like, so we just got done doing Sick Week.
Yeah.
Or Sick Summer, and so do you do the exact same thing where you took everything with you in the car or with
So
a trailer in the car?
It started like that, where you would load the car up, and like it was brutal in the beginning, where it was like you drive all day, and then it was like an 8 or 10 hour drive to like the next track, and then you drive all day and then do it again. I mean, I'll say this in video, but like some people might get a little mad at me. I think they've kind of watered it down a bunch because it's become more of like a business thing, where like now it kind of stays in a certain region, the drives are shorter, people have support trailers or they tow a trailer behind. So like it's still cool from the sense you get to drive a bunch of places in a short period of time. But in the beginning it was like brutal.
Yeah.
Like you hated it or you loved it.
Yeah. You and the guy in the car, and that's it. The other or passengers. That's it.
That's how I vetted Mike, my filmer. If he didn't last on Drift Week, it wasn't gonna work. But he got through that, so now he's good for everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. This is like a 4-liter, basically like a race motor in this thing. I built this, and then the motor let go. And then I sent it up to a guy to build some fancy race motors. So I did a lot of restoration myself, but the internals of the engine obviously didn't do. This thing's pretty sweet. All-wheel drive, 650 horsepower, super quiet. Kind of looks stock under the engine bay. I have a buddy up north, his name's Tommy, who has like a Skyline restoration shop, so he did a lot of the work on this one. Then this car, this is like This is my first right-hand drive car, and I probably have the most like of my own like hands wrenching on this car compared to anything else. This car's been through like so many different phases of trying different turbo and engine combos. So this is like the test mule car. It was a drift car at one point, then it turned into a drag car, then it turned into a street car. So it's got a little bit of everything going on.
Sure.
Apparently Mickey Thompson's in the back. This car makes 9 change horsepower.
Dang.
Yeah, it revs to like I think 9 grand. Not the prettiest looking thing, but she rips. Sounds good. I'd say this is like the perfect balance of street car. Like we made it nice, but we didn't make it too nice. This was like a pretty quick build, but it's like a good fit and finish. When I show people cars, it's clean, simple. It's a stock motor, but got all the fancy bolt on to make 750 horsepower. Fit all my friends and all my groceries in it.
Yep.
Most people like it. Doesn't look like it'd be a fast car, but this thing rips.
Yeah, I bet.
It hooks too.
What's the car that you drive the most in here? What's your go-to?
Probably this car,
This
just because
one?
the AC always rips. Like I can fit people in it, I can fit groceries in it. That's where I probably drive this the most. I've been driving the Mint car actually a lot too. Yeah, I don't drive the new Porsche. That one's just too flashy.
Too flashy?
Yeah.
Like get too much attention in
Yeah.
it? Or, yeah.
Just like different types of attention. You drive Thin Mint, like old ladies, like, oh, your car's so cute. You drive the white car, and then like 15-year-olds, like,
All the
yeah. Yeah. Used to do like polishing and stuff in here. It was built out. Like it had like a lot of like vacuums and stuff in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When we're running the dyno, it's loud in here.
Dodger.
Yeah, things start pulling off the wall.
That's gonna sound different.
Heard a lot of big blocks in my day, and I've never heard one that sounds anything like that.
It definitely sounds like a V8. Yeah, for sure. I think people were worried that like doing the crazy like 841 headers that it wasn't gonna sound like a big block. This shit sounds like a big block.
Yeah, it does.
This doesn't sound like any LS I've ever heard before.
This radiator setup is really cool
What's up?
with this carbon
Yeah.
fiber enclosures.
That's all
I freaking love those. Hey, are these pullers? They must be pullers. They're not pusher fan. They're not a pusher fan. They're a puller fan.
Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah, pull.
Do you make these?
No, so this is another HGK product.
God dang, that's
This
pretty
is the
nice.
Radiator with shroud. That's cool, right?
It is nice.
Yeah. They make
Love
this piece too, everything.
We should have something like that. You guys need to make stuff for. These days, you need to make stuff for a '93 Caprice station wagon.
Well, I mean, you could technically buy the shroud and just get a radiator made to fit it.
No, but I don't know where I put the shroud in the car.
True.
They have to make something.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that is super nice stuff. I mean, that is very nice. Already looking at like fit and finish stuff of the car, and this isn't even fit and finished.
No.
This is all like just roughed in.
Yeah. We were saying like this car is going to go to PRI, and before PRI we'll take apart the whole car, we'll go through the chassis, we'll grind a lot of the tabs off, make it look pretty, plate
Yeah.
things. This was a car that someone else had built, that we kind of inherited. I shouldn't say inherited. I bought it because I wanted to get to this point faster.
Yeah.
Versus us building a chassis from the ground up.
Yeah.
Just because like we don't know. Like, am I gonna hate the car? Am I gonna hate the engine? Hopefully I don't hate the engine. But,
No, you're not gonna hate the engine.
but yeah, it's just a cheaper, faster way to get here. And then if it's good, then we go through and, you know, a lot of the components, like the wiring is 11 out of 10 in terms of the quality.
Yeah.
But the things that like aren't as important, like fit and finish, the paint sucks. Like some of the stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That kind of stuff. I'm looking at mechanical type stuff, including wiring, hoses, connections, stuff like that. And see a lot of cars. You see a lot of cars.
Yeah.
Most cars are done wrong. They're just not done well. Maybe it's better terminology. Not done well. And you can always tell a car that is done right. What's the wiring look like? What do hoses look like? And then I'll even start looking at chassis stuff. And things just nicely done. So good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know what's tough, and I think it's the reason why you see so many cars that are like subpar. If you don't have your own shop and you're paying a shop to do something, like for a shop to do the quality of work that we look like, they would have to charge such an obscene amount of money. Like I think about it, if I built a car for someone, the amount of money I would have to charge, it would price you out of the market.
Yeah.
So to be a competitive shop, like you kind of have to find that happy medium of not doing things as nice as you maybe want to meet a customer's budget.
Yeah. When you're having that car built for you. Otherwise they end up being, well, in my world, like the wagon or like better half Camaro. I mean, those are $500,000 cars.
Yeah. Well,
If you have them 100%, if you had them 100% built, and it's a freaking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's so impossible to do.
It's not a profitable thing building the stuff that we build, but it's fun.
No. I do have empathy for chassis builders and car builders. You understand. So we got just a little oil leak here, just a little drip that comes back down from the China wall area. And so I'm just reaching back there, and we'll just give it just a little dab of silicone. And actually, we can blow in that now. I can feel it. Did you stick your hand down in there and feel it, Kyle? Should have been able to feel the air coming out right there.
No, I couldn't feel it.
I don't feel it either. Huh. Well, we'll move this little ground cable, and then I'll get in there and I'll just silicone it anyways. But
fun.
proper application of silicone.
Bare fingers?
Huh?
Bare fingers?
What we can do is
Sounds good. So it's just dropping crank signal. So he's data logging that it drops a random crank signal. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. You want to just bump it real quick? Just bump. Okay. I don't see that it didn't touch anything. It looks like it's about 50 thou. So, running it through, it's looking good. That was only, well, how many RPM was that, Freddie? 65 is all? 7,000? Yeah. So, looks like we're gonna, crack 1,000 on it.
Still low timing.
Still low timing, yeah. Actually, we should really pull plugs and just take a look at stuff real quick. And I'm gonna valve lash it and just make sure everything's all cool and get a hot valve lash number for it of where we want to be hot. Because we're at still 170, 180.
What's 75?
Yeah. Pretty good guess.
I know the one thing that we have to check on this motor, what did you say, like every event? Check valve lash just to spot any issues?
Yeah. Normally what we'll be doing, so we'll set this hot. So it's hot under load. This is where it's operating at normally. And then we'll have that number, and then we'll see what it goes down to cold.
Got it.
So ambient cold temperature before you go race or after you're done, whenever. Come back at the shop and just check it cold. That way you're not, because it deviates so much, every 10 degrees it probably grows, 4,000 or 5,000. So it's always just better to do it flat, room temperature, easy, dump in your hands, and then you'll always be able to have that flat number of what we need. Now, I rarely do things hot just because I don't like burning my hands, so that's why I just do everything cold. And it just makes it easier. But I want to see where it's at in operating condition. Ooh. Yeah. What you need out here is a bump button.
Oh, we have a keypad coming.
We're gonna put a keypad up there.
Okay, cool.
Just not yet.
Pro drag racers over here now.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and bump this over for me?
That's crazy how much stuff moves in there.
Bump. Bump.
So in addition to you doing this, Steve, just to check clearances, from what I understand, this is also a good indicator if there's ever a problem happening. It'll help you catch it early.
Yes. So I'll run through with you on. In fact, if you want to swing over here, I'll run through you how to do this, what the proper method is, and then if you got something that's moved and wrong, it's broke. Something's changed.
Got it.
Very rarely. Everybody uses the wrong terminology. Is they're overlashing the valves every event. No, you're just checking.
Got it.
That's all we're doing. We're just checking. We're not moving stuff. We're not adjusting. You can move it thousandths if you want to, but if you got to move it like 10 thousandths or something, no, something's wrong.
Got it.
Figure out what's going on. So we adjust the exhaust valve as the intake valve has opened and is about a 1/4 inch away from being closed.
Okay.
So bump it. Say it's opening. Bump it. Okay. And it's technically too far. Let's go to this one. Just a real quick bump. There you go. See how we're about a 1/4 inch from being closed. Check our exhaust.
Does it matter if it's exactly a 1/4 inch? Or?
No, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be that's ensuring that we're on the base circle of the camshaft here. If it's somewhere in that general region, you can give that a feel of what the feel is like.
So snug.
Snug.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. Bump. 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 I already did those other three, so right on the money. Now, you do it inverted for checking the intake valve. So the exhaust is just opening to adjust or check the intake valve. Okay? And when you do it wrong, I'll show you there's an overlap cycle here. So a real quick bump. They're both open at the same time, right? Through the overlap cycle. So if you do it wrong, they're like way off.
Got it.
Okay. So go ahead and bump, 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 bump. Right there's fine. Now the other thing that you find is because of how big the valve is and how long the valve is if you have one that's like, oh, that thing's like a few thousandths tight, I'm going to adjust it. Don't. Just roll it over a couple times, and every time the valve hits the seat of the cylinder head, it actually cools the valve, shrinks the valve, and changes your valve lash. So you kind of, it's crazy. So don't get hung up on little piddly stuff.
Got it. Just look for big changes.
Just look for big changes. So we are at hot. This thing is 29.25. I'll write that down. So 25 on the intake and 29 on the exhaust hot. And then we'll come check it in the morning and just see what it is cold.
Cool.
And then write that down.
And I do intake when exhaust is closed.
Opening.
Okay.
So just when it starts to open, you're
Got
gonna,
it. Okay. Bump.
there you go, it's fine.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Then do you now which one's
I
next?
just go down the row
Okay.
of the
So-
intakes and then come over and do the
So
exhaust.
bump. 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 No.
Yep, there you go.
That one's a little bit looser than the other one.
But still
But-
snug.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about
Okay. Bump. Bump.
it. Yep.
Snug, but a little bit looser than the other one. But
Okay.
bump. 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 Bump.
Yep.
That one's quite tight. Can you feel that one?
That one's definitely the tightest.
Let's check this one. Bump it. Bump. 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 If anything, that's a little loose. Let's just adjust that one just for kicks and giggles.
Okay. The other ones were similar to that.
These two were similar to
Yeah,
that one? Yeah, because the other side was pretty much like that.
Got it.
Bump it again real quick. Again. 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 That one I'm not gonna bother with. This one is just a tick.
Got it.
If we were in future check-in, I wouldn't even do anything with it. But we would keep track of it. It's like if you ever did adjust it.
Is it worse to be tighter or looser?
Tight is indicating there's two different problems. Tight is a problem and loose is a problem. So if it gets loose, there's probably a lifter issue going away. If it gets tight, there's a valve issue coming around.
Got it.
And in the grand scheme of life, tight is actually worse than that application because a valve problem is big. Lifter problem is nothing.
Got it.
You got annihilate this inside.
You know, it's so hard to not mount anything on the valve covers or, you know, on top of.
Good.
Send it.
It makes me mad that I have to plug my ears because I want to hear it, but it hurts.
I like how the idle still sounds like real
Yeah.
chunky,
Yeah.
and then up top it gets a little bit more
Yeah.
high pitch.
Yeah.
I want to hear what it sounds like driving outside.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's so hard to hear because you're either it's too loud where you have to plug your ears, and when you plug your ears you can't like really hear it.
Let's drive.
Yeah.
cylinder's a lot closer than before. Like cylinder 1 was the leanest out of all, wide open. So it's got about 7 to 6% in that one.
Okay.
So 1 wanted a lot of idle,
Yeah.
so that's that.
6% there, yeah.
3 has just a weird, like, dip right
One little
here.
spot, yeah.
5 is pretty flat overall.
7.
7 wants a bit, then back out. 8 wants a little out. 6 wants a little in. And then 4 is a little funny too.
Okay. Not too bad. That's nothing. That's good. Good deal.
Nice door.
Look how light this door is, dude. Going down? Try to do that with a steel door.
I feel something light. Wagon door. It weighs about as much as every panel on that car together. I'm ready to ride her.
I'm excited.
Testing. Testing.
Oh, you're gonna get
This thing's gonna be insane. Dude, it's crazy. Just cracking the throttle.
Yeah.
Every V8 I've driven has felt like a soggy bag of dicks. This doesn't feel like that. Steve, you want to hop in?
Yep.
Can someone grab Steve a helmet? Other world.
That was great.
Yeah, 180 water temps after all that. It doesn't even get hot.
Weird. 147 on a whale. Nothing.
What did you think?
That's cool. Not knowing where you're going, that was the only thing. It's like, oh, he's turning this way. Okay.
Don't worry, he's a pro.
I was
That was
a little-
awesome.
When we first entered, it wasn't slowing down like I expected.
Ah.
That was a little scary.
Good to know.
Like this is very, very not regular for the first drift to go this well.
Awesome.
Like the car feels fantastic, the engine feels fantastic. Usually me and Freddie are going back and forth for like 2 hours to like nitpick all these things, and I got no complaints. The limiter sounds a little weak, but I get why we got to do it like that.
Yeah, you're don't even hit the limiter.
You didn't hit the limiter. I didn't hit it.
Don't
You
ever
hit
hit the limiter.
No, I think that was it. Go the
That's the throttle body going. No,
Yeah.
no. I'll get it better.
yeah.
I'll get it better, but.
Gotta do it again.
Yes, I want to do it again.
All right, let's do it again.
That was like, yes.
Yes.
Not a
Out-
yes, sir.
an outstanding yet. Ripping.
Dang.
187.
What a machine! We have some really talented dudes on this project.
Yeah.
Like Maple Mike, Spoon, Steve, his crew, Sean,
Brian.
Owen, Freddie, Brian, Joshua, Ray. Who else am I missing? Cricket. Me. I made one panel.
It's not even on the car.
Kyle, you want to ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, get in.
Let's get in, dude.
Hey, do I have enough tire?
Cool.
Way faster than you think.
Yeah. It looks really fast.
Yes, it is way faster. He goes into corners and close to stuff like you shouldn't do. I spent an entire life not getting close to things in drag
Yeah, you
racing.
just
Do
spent-
not get close to anything.
You spent 2 minutes getting as close to things as you could.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is so much faster than what you think. Oh, you got the corner.
Kyle?
Oh, wow.
Dude, that was nuts.
Ignore that warning
Yeah.
for now.
That was crazy how fast we come into this corner right here and just freaking rip it.
Dude, the car feels incredible.
Yeah, it feels incredible from the passenger seat.
I mean, I know you've been in a lot of big block stuff, but I've never experienced that before. Like, I was kind of just being a there, just going blah, 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 blah. That feels wild. That's my favorite thing.
Is this the chariot?
The chariot, I guess. This will be interesting. Go ahead.
All right, so we have right here, this is the creme de la creme of the drifting world. This is an $1,000 E36. It makes 170 horsepower, and I don't want to say it's really hard to break, because you can definitely break it, but it's a great learning tool because it's the exact opposite of what we just drove, where like you can't fix mistakes by just putting your foot to the floor. So it really makes you like in tune with the car and the steering and the feel and everything. Okay. You'll probably hate it, but it'll teach you more than if I stick you in something that's high powered.
Okay.
And it's super fun. So I want to give you guys a ride in it first so you know what to expect.
Yep.
And then I'll teach you in the skid pad. If you feel comfortable, you can try drifting other stuff. But this is obviously not a racetrack. There's a lot of things to crash into.
Yeah.
These trees have consumed some cars.
Yeah.
I got spare doors, but I don't have spare chassis.
Okay. I actually expected something totally different.
Really?
Yes, that was I expected that to like a certain extent. It was faster than I thought, but this is way faster than I thought. The way you played it up, it's like, oh, we're gonna be like, this is fast.
It's a fifth of the horsepower.
That's amazing.
But the way that it's set up, it's the same like relative grip to power ratio.
Oh,
So it still loads the motor the same.
this is fast.
Have him hop in, I'll give him a ride real quick. I'm not sure you guys can
Strapped in. I wasn't strapped in. I was more nervous than that. They're going, man, he's going way faster than I think.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, holy crap.
He's probably more comfortable with that too.
Huh?
He's probably more comfortable with that.
That's why there's concrete barriers around the AC, just in case it goes bad.
You hear I did that whole lap foot to the floor for you?
Yeah.
That's the goal with the big block. I want to get to the point where I can be foot to the floor the whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You want me to give you some instruction first? I'll kind of give you a little idea.
I'll hear them skip that, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do Kyle first.
Okay.
He wants me to go first so I can set the bar.
I don't know if there's a bar that there is for me. Honestly.
That wasn't bad.
That was not bad. That was not bad.
Bar's been set.
Huh? The bar's been set. Who are you gonna get trained that's better? Buy that's better.
Right.
Holy cow.
But again, it's not just so you know what you're doing. That was definitely better. I'd say the only other like critique I have is just when you're like in the corner, rather than making big steering inputs, just use more gas. It'll make the car look more settled from the outside. So like you're basically steering into the corner to keep it in drift, and instead of doing that, you can just use more gas, and then it'll just be smoother on the car.
And that's where the power comes in too, because it doesn't have any power, you have to drive accordingly.
No, but I mean, this dude knows what he's doing. He impressed me. He went around that corner. I was like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah, that's a little hard. So.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. Hell yeah. Sweet. I'm impressed. There's not much for me to teach, honestly. I'm good at like teaching up to this point. Past that, I get scared as a passenger. I noticed in the corner you drive like this, and when you do that, you have no leverage for the next movement.
Right.
But if you keep them at 10 and 2, then when you go to do the transition, you can always do this or this.
Okay. So
From underneath, it's more awkward.
Here.
Yeah, so basically, like when you're settled in the corner, just remember to keep your hands in the center. And
Sweet. Thanks, man.
yeah, of course. Oh boy,
Next.
this guy. I'd hate going after that guy. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was really worried that it wasn't going to do well.
You got...
The car drives really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was talking with your dad. That's some world-class instruction right there. I mean, come on.
Better instruction there.
Yeah.
Oh, I just heard him say he's got good throttle control, which is probably accurate because in drag racing, throttle control is pretty much everything. So if you're in a spin condition,
There you go.
yeah.
All right, man.
That's a good start.
That's a good start. That's cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. And you guys both definitely got a knack for it because a lot of people, like, even that know how to drive, they struggle. And this is honestly not an easy learning car because of how little front grip I have. Most people understeer and crash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not like in anything bad, just like the barriers or
Right.
a filmer.
That is the most I've ever done. Period.
And that's a really good start. People in the comments will tell you, like, be proud.
Dude, I let you drive Cherry when it's done.
All right, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'll drive your car. All right. I'm cool. I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's go get some food.
Yeah. All right. Peace out. Drove to the gas station and right beside the hotel, going over to LZ's. Had a fantastic day yesterday. Everything was great. Gonna ride in the Pro Drift car, his current Pro Drift car. And it's gonna show us how fast that is. That's gonna be awesome. Except we can't get there. Why? Because look at that right there. Can you see that? Drivetrain malfunction. Call roadside assistance. It will not even allow us to start the car. Push button.
Put your foot on the brake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says fasten your seatbelt, but she really doesn't care.
Oh, wait.
No,
It almost did it.
Yeah, it almost did it. No. So, as par for the course, and this BMW has 131 miles on it. Not 131,000, not 13,000, not 100, not 1,000. It has 131 miles on it. It is brand effing new.
That is the quality that we expect.
This is exactly how road trips go commonly for the Steve Morris Engines crew, at least as of late. So we're waiting here till the wrecker gets here, and then they're gonna Uber us 2 miles away to go pick up another car, and then we'll head over to LZ's. All right, so we've been into this adventure for about 25 minutes already, and the wrecker service just sends us a note or sends us a text saying it's gonna be dispatched in 75 minutes. How can a wrecker be 75 minutes away from us at any point in time? I'm not sure. But, so we're going to walk over here and get something to eat, I guess, get breakfast, since we're missing the breakfast truck at LZ's compound. So we're all excited because Adam says, hey, he says, tomorrow, don't eat anything because just come over to here because we have this truck that comes here once a month that we do breakfast and everybody's all excited and it's like, oh, it's really good. And I'll say, oh, sweet, we're going to go do that. No, because they're all eating there right now. What are we eating? We're going to go walk over here to freaking IHOP to get something to eat. So I guess it could be worse. You know, hey. At least this actually broke down in the parking lot of Racetrack gas station where it better than the Toter home and the 5 lanes of traffic. You know,
You're upgrading, or you're improving.
we're improving. Yeah, it isn't. That's improvement. That's better.
I tell you, we're not in any kind of panic state because we're very used to being broke down at racetrack gas stations in Florida. Just wouldn't figure it would happen in a brand new car.
Brand new. All right. So we're still sitting here at the gas station, and there goes our ride. We literally sat here this whole time. It wouldn't start. Will not start. Will not allow you. Will not allow. Will not allow. All right, fine. We'll go eat breakfast. Come back, eat breakfast. The record guy goes, hey, you need to start that up and move it. Okay.
Try it.
Try. Whatever. Rum. Drives on the trail or on the tote.
It's okay though, because I guarantee you that if we started driving that car down the road, it would leave us stranded in the middle.
It's gonna leave us stranded somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it was trying to strand us last night, but we thought, okay, it reset itself this morning. We can make it over to Adams. And no, apparently not. So, anyways, now we're just waiting for a red Tiguan Uber driver to drive us 2 miles to get another car. I think we should just go for, really don't even care what it is now. I just want to go there, and then we have to get to the airport for a 5 o'clock flight. Oh, I got a top secret deal. Got a meeting at noon. I got to make it, so it's 10:30 right now. With Von Gittin Jr.
The man, the myth, the legend,
the legend,
RTR himself.
RTR.
Fun
himself.
haver.
Von Haber.
RTR.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Alrighty, so we are all set on the big block car. Pretty much can't be happier than how it's gone. I think everything's great. Looks great. Kyle, you did the valve lash. Everything looked great on that, right?
Spot on the money.
Spot on the money. Got them a cold number so they can check this thing cold without burning themselves up. And I think everything's great on this. So now it's time. Adam's got the E36, the pro car, the pro drift car, his competition car that he just won the last event in New Jersey, right? New Jersey? Yeah, New Jersey. The one he just won in. Gonna take us for laps outside in the compound here. So super excited about that. Because even though I was in this, which is my first big experience in a drift car, he says that currently that one is like faster. So because it's all set up, this was just brand new. But anyways, so I'm pretty excited about that. So he's gonna take Kyle for a drive, me for a drive, and then I think we're gonna get the 4-rotor out. Is it 4-rotor? 4-rotor Supra. The 4-rotor Supra out. Because it's loud and nasty. And then we're going to be closing this thing up. So let's go drive this. All right. Outside. Getting ready to get in. Adam's going to take me for a rip around in this thing. I'm pumped up, excited. I was actually thinking about this last night, that when I got in the big block car, I was like totally calm, because Adam exudes confidence in what he does. Don't you think so, Nate?
I'd say so.
He does. So it puts you totally at ease, and like I'm just excited because I'm like, oh sweet man, I just want to ride in the car, but it has when you're driving around here and Adam pitches it into the corner. And especially coming around this corner of the building where that dramatically bad hit the corner.
Yeah.
This is like no big deal. It's really quite cool. So it is really awesome riding with Adam and having him even like last night when he showed me stuff and telling me what my timing was off and just little things how I can turn into a professional drift driver.
Did you enjoy it?
I love it. I love driving cars.
Yeah.
Period. And then just but all I was getting at was this is a professional guy. Professional. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you have this he gives you a sense of total confidence that get in the car. It's all right. So I'm excited. So it's all cool, man.
Sweet.
So we're gonna jump in here. Everybody's gonna get to ride. I think are we gonna get the quad rotor out too?
Yeah, we're gonna
get the quad rotor out too. So it's gonna be awesome.
I wanna get your opinion on this as like an engine setup, just from the sense of like, I think this is one of the baddest setups in FD, like bad, like good bad.
Good bad, yeah.
So this setup makes 950 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
About 1150 to the wheels.
Yeah.
So this is like what the target for what I want to see we can do with the big block with nitrous.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like two animals that derive the same power in very different ways.
Yeah, cool. different.
Oh yeah.
I can feel it, yeah.
Yeah.
And what you're doing.
You gotta think too, this car's had a lot of chassis setup,
Yeah,
so there's a chance that we could get the big block car to feel the same, but it takes time.
yeah.
You feel it just pulling up the wheel and fucking whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yep, yep.
It's good.
It's crazy.
You like
Very
it?
cool. Yes. He drives this car much faster
Yeah.
than the other cars. So, yeah, it's crazy. And yes, on the rev limiter more. I didn't notice the transition, the nitrous transition is really smooth, or yeah, so I didn't feel, or I thought maybe I'd like feel that or hear it, something like that. So that's really smooth. That's nice. And then that would be interesting how that works on the big block too. And then yeah, it's faster.
Good first JZ experience?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
a good motor.
It is. It's a good motor. It's just missing a couple cylinders. That's all.
Imagine if you could put another 2 on this. You're the guy.
Yeah, it's only money.
Yeah.
Goodness. The thing is violent. It's just.
What RPM is it run at?
10? It sounds like all a 10.
Yeah.
This is the scariest sounding thing ever.
In a good way.
In a good way. Oh yeah, but it's like it is. It's it doesn't feel like it has the same drive and same grip as the E36. The
It's a lot looser.
lot looser, yeah. And it's just like it is. And what's that vibration?
The engine.
Yeah, is that what it is?
What do you think it makes for power?
I don't know. I gotta guess it's still gotta make 900 plus.
500 horsepower.
500 horsepower?
Yeah.
Huh.
300 foot-pounds of torque.
Huh. Is it just wound up? But these don't really make that much RPM.
10,000 RPM is what we just spun. That's the vibration you're feeling.
Yeah. Oh, you feel the vibration. I feel vibration, and that's right when you're out there, and I go, oh, what's that friggin' vibration? It's like, oh man, that immediately doesn't feel good to me.
Yeah.
I understand what's going on, but it's like, wow, that's like, and it sounds so angry.
Yeah.
It sounds angry. So much different than the big block car. This is so much different than every car we've driven.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, this is like weird.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Now you got to experience it.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, this has been. I told you guys last night. As far as work trips go, this is the best work trip ever.
Hell yeah.
It has been great. Adam's been awesome. Everything, the big block car is awesome. Everything turned out the way it's supposed to. We're driving around. Adam is driving us around in stuff that you are never going to get to do. Sorry, because it is freaking
Yeah,
crazy.
What a privilege.
What a privilege. And this car here overwhelms my senses just a little bit because I'm still processing it. Like the big block car, it realistically was everything was pretty much like I thought it would be. And then the pro car, your car is like, well, that thing's fast. This thing is just like really, it's overwhelming. Like it's really weird. But we're gonna close this video out. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate Adam LZ. Make sure you guys are probably already there on his channel. If you're not, you should go there. And number one takeaway from being down here and seeing everything that goes on is this is a professional racing organization down here. This is for if anybody that doesn't really understand and you think drifting, woo, you know, whatever, you're wrong. This is like, this is really a professional operation. I know what professional operations are. This is one, okay? This is really awesome. So remember, like, subscribe, all that happy stuff. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments. And make sure you go to Adam LZ's stuff and buy some merch, do whatever. It's freaking cool. I'm Steve Morris.
I'm Kyle.
Peace.
Adam.
That's Adam. Have a great day.